All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is Natalie Cutler-Welsh, also known as the Go-To Girl. Today, I'm actually talking about one of my favorite topics, which is networking. I don't love the word networking. Nowadays, I'm calling it biz connections, or, connecting with people, because connecting people together is like my favorite thing in the world. It is my kind of superpower. People who just need to meet each other. And what I'm going to talk about today is the new way to network, or the new way to connect and to massively grow your business and amplify your impact in this new economy that we're in at the moment. So I'm recording this in October. I don't know when you're watching it, but you are going to be able to get some skills, get some insights, get some phraseology. Is that even a word? That's going to help you to really get across what your business is about and help you to make more business, make more impact. So I'm semi-organized today. I've got a little bit of a PowerPoint prepared. I'm also going to have a few of our guests on the Zoom call today to share a little bit about their own business, to put into action some of the tips that I've got. So you guys, here we go. I'm going to screen share with you. I'll give you a little bit more background on me, and I'll weave that into the teaching as we go. Let's do it. Okay, slideshow. Good to go. All right, thumbs up from my audience if you guys can see it. There we go. We're on. All right, let me put this little beautiful box out of the way. So this is the new way to network. As I mentioned, it's a little bit different. Times are changing. I've got a question for you guys. So whether you're watching live or you're watching later, go ahead, comment in the chat box. Let us know. Or put your hand up. Who here wants to have more impact and more income? Let me hear it. Who here wants to have more impact and more income in their business? Awesome. I would really hope that everybody would put their hand up. If we were live in a room, you would all be raising your hands. And so today I'm going to cover that. It's how to network and connect in this new economy. And really what it is, it's really about being more intentional. So not more salesy, not more pushy. So in my, 15 years of working with women entrepreneurs, business owners, and specifically with my business, Go-To Girl, which has been going for 9+ years, one of the things I've noticed is that people are scared to be pushy. This is what I hear all the time. Yeah, but Nat, I don't want to be pushy. I'm not really that salesy. I don't want to be salesy. I don't know how to put myself out there. I don't know how many times I've heard those things. So we're going to kind of target that today. And it's not about being those things. It's about being more intentional about what you want. And you guys know I love doing this pose. This means like your intention or your goals, making sure that what you're doing when you're connecting with people is heading you towards where you actually want to go, not just in your business, but in your life. I never know where to put the pictures. I'm just sliding them around. Okay, so who am I? Who is this girl in the golden dress on the beach? Well, I'll tell you. So up at the top, I've got my credibility piece. So if you've ever done work with me before or seen my webinars, I talk a lot about how important it is to have a credibility piece when you're doing your keynote or your presentation. I am a speaker and author. This is interesting. I tried to give you a little bit of eyebrow test, a little bit about what's cool about me. Coast to coast finisher. Yes, my husband and I did it together, and his parents and my parents stayed in one of those camper vans, and they were our support crew. So we survived that. We can survive literally anything. I'm a master's graduate. I am an earthquake survivor, like many people if you're in New Zealand. I'm a podcast host. Well, I used to be. I'm a doTERRA Diamond Leader, mother of 3. I'm an immigrant. I don't like that word. I prefer to say I was born somewhere else. Like most of the people in my tribe, I have a tribe of internationals. We're basically like the United Nations, and most of us were born somewhere else. But I also have tons of Kiwis as well. Daughter of an Olympian. Maybe you didn't know that. So even though I don't have very good cardio, I do look, quite sporty. I inherited it. International speaker, impact entrepreneur, confidence coach. I describe myself today. I was at an event that I organized, and I described myself like business coach meets speaker coach meets PR person, because I essentially help people to amplify their impact online, on stage, and in the media using their voice. And so that really is my niche. You can describe me as a business coach, but I'm really more of a speaker coach, or the amplifier. I'm trying that on. I'm the amplifier. I'm also a go-getter. So I'm really about strategy, but I'm also about taking empowered actions. And that's what we're going to talk a lot about today. So go ahead and comment something. What's cool about you? I would love you guys to share in the chat box, or if you're watching the replay and you're watching it on Facebook, go ahead and comment. If I asked you a little bit about you, and I've given you a whole bunch of stuff about me, what are 2 things about you? Let us know 2 things about you as well. Kind of, I can use mine as like a little bit of inspiration or idea brainstorming. So quite often, I like this question. I love this question. What would you do, be, and have if anything was possible? And last week, I brought Melaine Lee into my Amplify membership, which I'll talk about later. And I don't always have special guests, but I wanted to talk about money and money mindset. And she came in and she asked my girls, you know, what do you wish were true? What do you wish were true? And I thought that was such a great question. And we can use this question when we network. We can use this question when we meet people. We don't just have to be like, oh, so what do you do? Oh, well, here's my business card. Oh, well, here's my business card. And then go and talk to someone else. We literally can go a little deeper and be like, you know what? Like, what do you want to do, be, and have? Or what do you wish were true about your health? If you're a health coach, about your health, right? Or about your life, or about your marriage, if you're more of a marriage person, or about your family, if you're a parenting expert. It's such a great conversation starter, because what it does is it gets your potential client or your potential customer or your potential referrer to kind of think bigger rather than like, what are you struggling with right now, right? We can talk a lot about visionary marketing versus fear-based marketing. So fear-based marketing is like feeling tired, feeling like you can't get customers, like that we're really going into that negative space. I prefer visionary marketing, which is why I love this question so much. What do you wish were true? So try that on the next time try that on the next time you're meeting someone. Just see how they respond to that question. But most of all, ask it of yourself, right? What do you want? What do you want to do, be, and have? Because what that does is it helps us set our goals so that when we go to a networking event, or when we're sitting beside someone at some sort of, lunch or something, we kind of how we know our intentions. I like to be intentional, but I also like to be open to come what may, right? And who I might meet and what amazing things might come of that. So I'm very big on making empowered connections. Making empowered connections. What does that mean to you guys? Go ahead and comment in the chat. Empowered connections. What does that exactly mean? I'll tell you what it means to me. It means connecting with people who I genuinely want to connect with. So having a little bit of a plan in place. I'll give you an example. So I organized this lunch breakfast today, and there was about 10 women there. They were all in my local area, Meadowbank Moms in Business. And one of the girls, Jessica, now she helps people, well, she basically is a designer, and she designs beautiful like wooden toys. She's making some strollers right now, and she's sending some to people in Australia. She said, there's this Montessori school that wants to order from me because people just can't get the products from overseas. And the whole buy local thing is really going off. And I said to her, oh, Montessori, do you know that you can search in LinkedIn? If you literally go into the search bar at the top, Montessori in New Zealand. So if you just type Montessori, it comes up with like 255,000 people that use the word Montessori in their title on LinkedIn. So what we want to do is we want to niche that. So she literally wrote Montessori in New Zealand, right? And then she clicks people, and it brings up, I think it was 1,000, almost 2,000 people in New Zealand that use the word Montessori in their description of who they are. So I said to her, that's empowered connections. That's intentionally connecting with specific people who are, either going to love your products because they're kind of natural, buy local, helping kids to do, play and learn through play, right? So this is empowered connections, and you can do it online. I do love LinkedIn. If you guys haven't seen my LinkedIn training, check it out. But I also think you can do empowered connections in person in real life as well. Have a little think about who you would want to connect with. It might be your niche. So for me, with my wellness hat on, I would be connecting, and I've done this myself, yoga instructors in Wellington. If I'm going to Wellington and I want to connect with Wellington people while I'm there, making the most of it. And you guys can do that with like pretty much any niche. So in this new economy, we want to be more intentional about our time. It's not like, oh, I'm just going to an event, I'll just see who I meet. It's like, well, what is your intention? Who do you specifically want to meet with? And making that, kind of taking it next level a little bit faster. So here's a kind of a screenshot. I wanted to show you the example with LinkedIn. Now this is if I was looking up somebody in insurance, because I do present to insurance brokers every month for the PIQ. I present to them monthly. This month I did goal setting and goal getting. So what I sometimes would do is go and look up insurance. Now, if you just look up insurance, you're going to get 45,000 results. But if I looked up insurance, that was in New Zealand, if I looked up like insurance in Christchurch, it would niche it a lot smaller. So I just want to show you guys, this is where you would type in the niche that you want to connect with. So for me, it's going to be yoga, Pilates instructors, or whoever, like chiropractors, osteopaths, because I know that they possibly would like to add the essential oils to what they're doing, especially post-COVID, where people are wanting to have another form of income, not just one form of income, but multiple revenue streams in their business. More on that later. So you really want to understand what your empowered intentions are, and you kind of name it and claim it. I think the stat is that you're 45% more likely to achieve a goal if you actually write it down. So you might think, okay, well, if I'm going to this event, and you're kind of putting it out to the universe as well as having an actual plan. I want to make 2 amazing connections at this event today. You know, one of them might become a customer, I don't know, or a client. And one of them might just become a super awesome, like BFF, like a business best friend, who knows? And you kind of have a plan and you put it out to the universe. I love the combination of those 2 things. And so I'm calling it name it and claim it. Ideally, you could write it down, but otherwise you could say it out loud. You could say it into your phone on voice memo, whatever works for you. So sorry about the pictures. See, this is why people do webinars and don't have all the people show up, but I do like to have people's faces. So this is a magic phrase that I started using back in the parenting days. You know, I started off as a parenting author, and I remember when my kids were super little and Matt used to walk through the door and he would say these magic words. These words are gold to any mom with young kids, but more than that, they're gold to any business owner too. And I'll tell you why. He would walk through the door and he would say, "What can I do to help?" And I would be like, "Dude, can you just bring the laundry in? That'd be legend." Or, "Hey, can you like stir this pasta because like I gotta go to the toilet," or whatever. So what can I do to help? Magic words. Now here's the thing. My friend Kath Vincent, and she always brings this up. About 3 years ago, I called her up. I was like, "Hey Kath, let's catch up. How you getting on in your business? What do you need? How can I help?" And she was like, "Oh my gosh, no one has ever asked me that before." I was like, "What do you mean no one's asked you, like, how can I help?" She's like, "Literally. People are always just trying to tell me what they do and what they're up to." And I'm like, no. Like, how can I help? So do you see what I'm saying? These magic words you can use in a networking environment. Also, private messaging people. "Hey, how are things going in your business at the moment? How can I help? What can I do to help? Who can I connect you with?" Okay. So yeah, we talk a lot about being of service to people, but when you're intentional and you're of service, it's always going to end up in some sort of a win for someone, hopefully both people. So what can I do to help? So last week or so, maybe it was, last week, I was down in Tauranga. I was doing the Women's Lifestyle Expo, and I do love to talk and I do love people, but I do not love expos, I gotta say. But what I do love is bringing people together. So that night, literally, after being on my feet and talking to people all day and then going straight to a client, my beautiful one-on-one client, Deb, who I totally love. She's an NLP coach and she's amazing. So I did a coaching session with her. I'm crazy. And then I went straight onto this business dinner that I'd organized. But it was so cool because I'm from Auckland. Well, you know, I live in Auckland. I was the only person there who didn't live in the local area, and only 2 of them had ever met before. And so I was in my zone of genius, bringing people together. But so I let them have their small talk and all that. And then I was like, okay, so here's how we're going to roll. We're going to do a lap around the room. And everyone, we are not here to network. We are not here to be like, "Oh, everything's great. Oh my gosh, what about you? Things are amazing." No, we are here to do business connections. Like, what's going on for you in your business? You know, what kind of business do you have? What's going on for you? And how can we help? Do you feel the different energy compared to, "Oh my gosh, this is who I am and this is what I sell and everything's so bright and shiny"? So I really try to take them there straight away. And that's exactly what I did this morning with my Meadowbank Moms in Business. I let them have the chit chat. Some of them did pass around the cards, which was cool. And then I was like, "Okay, ladies, so this is how we're going to roll. We're going to do a lap around the table. And what we want to know is what's going on for you and how can we help?" And literally that's what we do around the room. I want to invite you guys to do the same. So if you want to comment as well with like what's going on for you and specifically how we can help, I would love it if people could, you know, if you've like Judith, right? If you've got kids who are picky eaters, or you've got friends who have kids that are picky eaters, I want to help them become confident eaters. That's what I do. Send them my way. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. Short and sweet and specific. And what happens is people drop into that space where they're like, you know what? This is what's going on for me. And this is what would actually really help at the moment. Like one of the ladies today, she was like, she sells gluten-free and celiac type friendly, because she's got 2 kids with celiac, food. And she said during COVID, her business exploded. She went from having, I think it was 3 orders a week to like 27, or I can't remember, maybe it was a day. But the point is, massive explosion in her business. Right? This woman in the middle here on the left, Rachel, here she is. She's from Wholesale Aroma Supplies, and she sells the little bottles that a lot of us use to sample people with essential oils. Her business went from garage to like 2 containers over COVID because everyone wanted to make hand sanitizer. Right? And people suddenly started like selling hand sanitizer and they needed her bottles. And so their challenge was scale. At a massive scale and keeping up with all the orders. Whereas other people were like, all my business disappeared. And that's my challenge. So everyone's coming from different places. And I said, don't apologize if your business is growing over COVID like mine. I sell visibility and health, right? So my business did really grow. Whereas other people, they're like, honestly, I am barely getting by. Like I'm just making it through. And here's what would help. So I really want to put that out to you guys, that just really get real with where you are at in your business. What actually would make the biggest difference? One of the ladies today said, it's all the admin, like it's the insurance and the accounting. And like, I feel like she's a creative. She's like, I just want to do my thing. And one of the other women said, oh my God, I know this amazing VA. She does all that stuff. She can totally help you. Let me hook you up. And so when we get really clear on what we want, then we can ask for it, which is a really positive trait. What's going on for you and how can we help? Magic words, ladies. Make sure you practice saying them. Now, there's a few networking pitfalls that I want to make everybody aware of in case you didn't know. Spending too much time networking and it's not resulting. You know, you might have a group that you belong to and you go fortnightly or whatever, or maybe you're spending ages trying to network on LinkedIn and you're like, this is a waste of time. Be more intentional. Put forward these questions. You know, what's going on for you? How can I help? Totally different conversation. Maybe you feel like there's no real outcome, or maybe you feel like you go to lots of events and you get lots of like business cards, but it doesn't go anywhere. Or maybe you don't have a lot of clients or customers. This is where this stuff that I'm talking about today can make a difference. So one of my messages to you is fast is good. I think in the past, you know, and that makes sense. People think, well, you need to get to know someone, and then you need to nurture them, especially in an online environment with like a 3-week automated email nurturing sequence, which is totally cool. And you definitely still want to nurture your customers. However, here's the thing. People are used to going online and shopping and buying it. So don't put obstacles in their way. So if they want to buy something from you, then make it easy for them to buy, and maybe even make it easy for them to buy the next thing as well. Because here's your business ramp, here's your freebie, here's your low end offer, here's your high end offer. Hopefully you have something in the middle. Not too many things to confuse people, but a definite sequence of the customer journey, right? But don't make it really challenging for them to buy something. Some people have an email sequence and it's like you give. Well, you gotta have a call to action. So I've got a really quick story about a friend, Kathy, and our conversation. And it went something like this. Me messaging Kathy. We had both spoke at a social media event 3 years ago. And I reached out to her. I was like, hey, Kathy, we both spoke at this social media event a couple of years ago. I'd love to hear what you're up to in your business. I often have people asking me about websites and I'm not clear on what you do exactly. Like, let's do a Zoom call. We get on the Zoom. She tells me about what she does. She's from net marketing is her business. And she specializes in WordPress and she does newsletters and all those things. And then she said something, she's like, oh, but I'm also, and here's the eyebrow test. Here's the what's cool about me. She said, but also, you know, I'm pretty spiritual. I was like, oh, really? She's like, oh yeah, I'm all into my crystals and oils. And she's like, I have tons of oils. And she starts showing me. And now some people would be like, oh, darn, she already has oils. She's not going to buy from me. Not me. I was like, oh, sweet. She already loves oils. And I was like, hey, hang on a second. You know what? If you love oils, oh my gosh, you are totally going to love, oh, adaptive oil. It's so amazing. I know you can't smell it, but it's so cool. And what it does is it helps you adapt to times of change and transition, which is what everyone needs right now. And in my brain, the next thing I'm about to say, no joke, is why don't I send you a bottle? And this bottle here that you guys can see is like $57. Like, it's not cheap, but you know, it's amazing. And I was literally about to say, why don't I send you a bottle? And she says, why don't I buy some? And I was like, oh, okay. So the moral of the story, ladies, is there's two things there. Three things. I reached out to someone I connected with. We both spoke at an event. I don't even know if we were friends on Facebook, but I do have people genuinely saying to me, Nat, who do you suggest for websites and whatever? So I was like, let's get on a Zoom call. I want to hear more about your business. Let's do it. So I put it out the invitation. We both take action. I told her what to do and made it easy. I sent a Zoom link. I sent a calendar invite. Here's the link to my 20-minute chat. Looking forward to catching up. We get on the Zoom call. She tells me what she's up to. I tell her what I'm up to. And then she does the cool thing where she tells me something a little bit more than websites. She mentions that she's spiritual, right? Instead of thinking, oh, that ship has sailed. I missed that boat. She already has oils. I am like, oh my gosh. So I do like a pretty excited, enthusiastic plug for my product, which is a blend that she totally wouldn't have because it's unique to doTERRA. And I'm about to give her something for free. And then she offers to buy it. Okay. But here's what happened next. And this is the cool part. When you start meeting with people. So number one, make sure you guys have a calendar link so it's easy for people to book time with you. Make sure that you make empowered connections and you reach out to people who you feel like there's synergy in your business. You can maybe refer them business. Here's what happened next. She also said to me, you know what? I said, that's so amazing that you're into oils. She goes, also, you know what? I'm really concerned about the impact of social media. Even though I help people with business and websites, I'm really concerned about especially teens and youth and their confidence because of the dark side of social media. And I'm leaning in. I'm like, oh my God, me too. I'm on a mission to massively raise the state of resilience, health, and happiness in New Zealand. That's why I've got the oils. That's why I help to shine the light on so many wellness and parenting people because they're my clients, because they're helping to save the world. And if I can help them, I can amplify my impact. Tell me more about that. And she goes, well, last year I started a charity. It's called I'm Enough. And we want to get people into schools to talk about confidence and self-belief and don't judge yourself by the Instagram newsfeed. And I was like, you know what? I'm a doTERRA diamond. I actually am able to choose a project and choose a charity to partner with. And whatever money we raise, doTERRA will match that. They'll match the amount of money. I haven't done it yet because I haven't found the charity, but you know what? I feel like you're my charity. And she was like, oh my God. Literally. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm putting together a proposal and we're aiming to raise, I got to decide how much, but like $1,500 or $2,000. doTERRA will match that amount. And guess what? We're going to get people to go and speak in schools about empowering teenagers. Like, holy moly, it totally aligned with my mission. I was like, I don't want to go into schools and empower teens. I don't want to be like a counselor or a psychiatrist. That's not my jam. My jam is shining the light on people and making things happen and bringing people together. So I want to show you guys the magic that can happen when you put yourself out there and make empowered connections and ask questions like, what's going on for you? How can I help? Because she was like, I just need to, oh my gosh, this charity is amazing, but it's a lot of work to do a charity and I really need to raise money. I'm like, I can help you do that. Right? Okay. So hopefully that's inspiring for you guys. It's a cool story with a couple of different messages in it. Here's the next thing. Be ready to make an offer in the moment. Remember I said fast is good? And I'm talking about online email sequencing as well as Facebook ads, but in this, I'm also talking about in person. So be ready to make an offer in the moment. Let's say you're at an event and someone's like, oh my gosh, you help people with health. Oh my gosh, like my friend, how can I get started? Like, how do I work with you? You need to be ready to answer then and there. Oh, well, yeah, well, I have a program like this, or they can do that. Don't give them 5 options. It's too confusing. Give them a this or that, right? But today I'm going to talk about giving people one clear offer. And this is like the new way to network, is to give people one clear offer. And I'm considering doing maybe a live or probably online networking event where everyone in the room gets a chance to make one clear offer to the room. So here we go. I'm going to try it out with you guys. Like if someone says, I need your help, how do we get started, right? So when they ask me that with the essential oils, I'm like, well, what is your main wellness concern? Right. Well, based on that, you totally need to get the active sports box. It's totally amazing. So depending on what their situation is, I can point them in one clear direction rather than giving them 5 choices and confusing them. So what I'd love to do now is hand it over to some of the guests that are with me today to show, like, to give us an example of the make an offer in the moment. So I'm going to unscreen share. I'm going to come to you guys, and I'll give Kim and Sharon, and if Judith and Valley want to do it too, you're welcome to. Very briefly, what do you do in your business, and what is your offer that you have for us today? It's brief. It's not your life story. So let's see. Let's see how we go. So I'm going to stop the screen share. It's going to be fun. Stop the screen share. Come back to the room. Still recording. All right, Kim, I'm going to go to you first. So yeah, tell us a little bit about what your business is about and what your offer is today.
Sure. I'm an amazing business. I am a business coach, so I help people to grow their business. But what I want to talk to you about today is I'm really, really passionate about helping people with their inner game. So that's all your internal world that's kind of affecting your external world. So your thoughts, your beliefs, your attitude to life, or your energy, your mental and emotional well-being. As we know, 2020 has been intense and disruptive. And so I have really seen people struggling in this area of their inner game, of their mental and emotional well-being, of their thoughts, of the stories that are going on, and just the way that they approach adversity and challenges. And like you said, Nat, like resilience, and still making an impact and getting results in your life. So I'm launching a program called Awaken Your Inner Game. It's a 6-week program, and it's going to help in this area. So if people are in a funk, if they're unmotivated, if they don't have clarity, if they're really struggling to kind of like get results in their life, in any area of their life. So if you're a business owner, or if you're not a business owner, the program actually helps in health, wellness, finances, just your emotional and mental well-being, relationships, every area of your life. So yeah, that's my offer. You can go to awakenyourinnergame.com to get all the details. It's starting in November, and I'd love to have you there.
Awesome. Amazing. So remember the part, you guys, when I said, tell them what to do and make it easy. So she wrapped up with that. It's called Awaken Your Inner Game. You go to the website, good to go. So what I'll get you to do, Kim, is put your website, the specific link, if there's a specific link, to the right page. So you guys don't make them go hunting, give them the proper URL. And I'll share that out when we promote this wider publicly. Okay, who's next? Sharon Walt.
Hi everyone, I'm Sharon Walt. I'm the Hashimoto health coach, and I use the principles of functional medicine to help men and women with Hashimoto's get rid of the symptoms that are plaguing them, help them regain their health, and start living their life the way they want to do it. And generally people can work one-on-one with me, but today I want to tell everyone about the new launch of my online group program. It's going to be starting November 6th and runs for 6 weeks. And I actually help you on a weekly basis with planning your meals, learning more about the triggers of what is going to trigger your thyroid condition to start surging up again, and just help you make the changes to the habits that you need to have sustainable change in your life and get back to the health that you want again. So what I'll do is I'll just put a link to the page where you can sign up, and I'll put that in a couple minutes.
Awesome. Thank you. And Judith, did you want to do something for yourself as well?
Hi, I'm Judith, the Confident Eater, and I teach parents how to get their picky eaters eating. And book 2, which is Winner, Winner, I Eat Dinner, will be published at the beginning of next month. But what I love to do is to help you if you're a parent who can't get their child eating. And to make this easy, I offer a no-cost initial check-in with me so we can look at what the challenges are and we can figure out what's the best way forward. So I'd love you to jump on my calendar, book in, and it's cathartic. You know, it's just lovely to be able to speak to somebody who totally gets where you're at, if nothing else. So contact me Judith, the Confidence Eater.
Woohoo, love it. So what I want to highlight to you guys is when you get put on the spot like that and you get to make an in the moment offer, there's a couple of things going on, but what I want you guys, the listeners, to be thinking of is who can I connect them with? Who do I know or know of? And so we had 3 specific niches there. We had a business niche, which is really around mindset. So they don't have to be business owners. They can be people that work or have jobs or whatever, but it's mainly around the mindset. Then we had the Hashimoto health coach. So it's wellness, but it's specifically thyroid conditions, Hashimoto. And then of course we had for the parents, not just parents, but parents who have children who are considered to be picky or fussy eaters. So what I really want you guys to think about, because usually someone goes, oh my gosh, I know someone who has that condition, or I know someone who really is struggling with their mindset. So what I want to encourage you to think about is how you can connect people for mutual win-win. And I'm going to dive a little bit into the win-win aspect of that later on. Thank you, ladies. Yep, just go ahead and pop your links in. If you're Vali, awesome, I'll come to you in a sec. If you are watching the replay and you think, I want to make an offer, go ahead. Obviously, we can't record you, but you can do a little blurb, keep it short and sweet. Tell us what to do and make it easy. So I help people who, or whatever, I'm launching this new program or whatever it is, and then give us the specific link so we can go and find it and we have a look, or we can buy it or whatever. All right, we're gonna go to Valley, and then Judah, if you want to do one as well, you don't have to, let me know, and then I'm gonna go back to my presentation. All right, let's go to Valley.
Thanks, Natalie, and hello everyone. I'm a stress mastery coach, and I'm really excited because I'm just at the end of creating a clinical trial for stress with a neuroscientist as my supervisor. And so basically the tools that I use will bring down the stress response, so the chemicals in the body, usually within 1 to 4 minutes, which is, yeah, so that's the reason why I wanted to do a clinical trial, just to see the results. So my offer for everyone is I have a stress questionnaire that you can fill in, and I'd like to offer everyone here a free one-on-one coach, and also I'm looking for people to participate in the research.
Okay, cool. And then you can go ahead after and put your link in there as well. And I will post all these links, you guys, when we do I'll probably put them in the comments actually, when we do the replay. Awesome. All right, Jacqueline, let me know if you're up. Otherwise, I'll go back to my prez. She might just be watching. All right. Okay, awesome. So you guys, I want you to start thinking about what you would say if you were at an event online or in person, and I give you, you get a chance to make an offer in the moment. What would you say? Remember, it's got to be specific and it's got to be snappy with one clear call to action. Tell them what to do and make it easy. Thank you so much, ladies, for putting yourself on the spot. So there we go. So this is my post. I love this picture, Renee, of me saying, now it's your turn. Who wants to make an offer in the moment? So you guys already did that. But if you are watching, go ahead and do it in terms of a comment below. All right, let's move on. So another thing that's super crucial for networking in this new economy, obviously, is to have a system. You always want to have a system, whether it's a paper system or whether it's using Trello or a spreadsheet, whatever works for you. Because when you meet people, like often I'll come back from events. Do you guys do the same thing? And you have like all these business cards. One of the things I usually do is I love my LinkedIn. So I'll connect with people on LinkedIn, and ideally I'll send them a message as well. Sometimes I'll friend them on Facebook. It really depends. But I'll send them a message like, oh my gosh, so amazing to connect with you at, right, wherever you met them, to remind them where you met, keen to hear more about your business, and then maybe give them my booking link. Hey, I'd love to hear a little bit more about what's going on for you and how I can help, or who you want to connect with. If you're up for it, let's chat. Here's my booking link. Let's chat. So I know that for me, I network quite a bit as well in Canada and also America. And when I get on a Zoom call with some of these people, it's very much this vibe. It's like, hey, I'd love to hear more about you and who you're looking to connect with. That's what we talk about. And we're not trying to pitch each other. It's not a sales call. It's a connection call. Totally different energy. So I really want to encourage you guys to do the same, but make sure you have a system. I love my Trello, so I'm definitely a Trello girl. I like to have people in Trello, and if I'm thinking that they might want to join my program, I'll put them in the like shoulder tapped list or sent a private message list, and then I just slide the name across depending on what stage they are in my kind of funnel or flow or customer journey. so that I can follow up with people and hopefully not leave somebody hanging if they expressed an interest in something in working with me. So I do this a lot. This is your ramp. I want to remind you about the importance of creating a micro offer. Remember I said in this new economy, people are used to scrolling and shopping on the spot. Don't drag it out. Fast is good. So having a micro offer, what I'm talking about ideally is something under the $29 price point. My friend Katrina McCarter, who's amazing, she does marketing to moms, that's her business. And she always talked about the no-brainer price point of $29. I want to invite you guys to go lower. I want to invite you guys to think, do you have a free opt-in that you could add a little bit more value to, maybe a worksheet, checklist, or a video to the opt-in and charge $5.95 for it or $9.95 and no higher? Or do you have like a mini course or a micro course that you could create 2 videos and a checklist, something small that you could charge $5.95 or $9.95 for, like a small price? Because as you guys know, psychologically, once someone spends dollars with you, they're more likely to say yes to the next thing. And what you can do in your funnel or on your landing page is you can have like a bump offer, which means, yep, they bought the ebook or they bought the micro course or the mini course. But it's like, hey, before you go, you know, it's like, would you like fries with that? Would you love to also join my insert next topic, you know, insert next product on your ramp? So having a bump offer, maybe back in the day would have been considered rude. Now it's something where people are kind of like, oh, well, yeah, as long as it's a line and it makes sense for you to be offering that next thing, it actually, you would be surprised how many people will take that up, because they've already spent money with you, whether they read the ebook or watched the videos or not. Sometimes people buy things. Anyone bought something and never watched it? Never done it, right? We've all done it. You're like, oh, that ebook sounds amazing, and I'll spend dollars, but I just never get around to reading it. But then guess what? I did this exact thing. I bought this guy's ebook, and then of course he comes into my feed because he's doing retargeted ads or I'm getting the emails. And then he did this 5-day challenge. And it was an interesting 5-day challenge. It was over 10 days. So it was Monday, skip a day, Wednesday, skip a day, Friday. I really liked that strategy. It gave me time to implement the action. But anyway, I spent $49 American with him after spending $5.95 American on the ebook, which I didn't read, et cetera, et cetera. So I just want to show you guys, I want to encourage you. Yes, it's good to have a freebie. That's fine. But make sure your next thing they can buy is have a little micro offer. And think about how you can bump offer that as well. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. You're kind of taking things a little bit faster. Tell them what to do and make it easy. And having a this or that offer. If you're at an event and someone says, okay, Sharon, oh my gosh, Hashimoto's, yes, I've been struggling. I really want to have the health that I want to have and the energy. Like, how can I work with you? Don't reel off 3 or 4 things. Give them this or that. Yep, you can do this or you can do that. I'll give you guys an example with me, okay? If someone's like, oh, Nat, that's awesome. So you help people to amplify their impact online, on stage, and in the media. That's amazing. Oh my gosh, I'm an impact-driven business owner. I want to change the world for good. Like, how can you help me? I would be like, well, you probably either want to, if you want to do live online group coaching and get amazing connections and get weekly group coaching that's going to hold you accountable, then my Amplify membership is super awesome for you. Or if you just want to get connections to make some affiliate commission, then Thank You Club is totally the road you want to go down. Stop talking, right? So I told them, and I'm not going to go on and waffle. I'm just going to stop talking. Now they can say, they can ask questions. They might be like, okay, well, with the Amplify membership, like, do I get any one-on-one? And I'm like, well, no, actually I do coach people one-on-one. And that's obviously, starts at thousands of dollars. And that's why I created the Amplify membership. So it was something way more affordable for people that they could just tap into at their own pace and their own time. So I've said no, but I've explained why, and I've made it sound awesome, right? So that's what I want you guys to do too. Have a this or that offer in your mind so that when you're on a call with someone and they ask you, or you can say, hey, are you keen to hear about how I can help you with this? You give them a this or that. Don't give them this, that, the other, and another option. Awesome. Guys, give me a thumbs up, or, is this making sense to you? Are you getting a few golden tips? Great. I know a lot of this, what I'm hoping today is I'm covering a few things you already know, but you're just like, it's a great reminder, and hopefully giving you a few new gems that you just maybe haven't really thought about before. So next thing I want to move into in terms of amplifying your impact in this new economy is earning affiliate commission. This says while you're at the beach, I can't move the photos, sorry, while you're at the beach. Okay? And remind me later to tell you about my Thank You Club goal. But who here wants to earn some money while they're at the beach? Anyone? Do I have a yes? Comment in the chat box, comment below. Yes, of course. We all love the idea of having leverage in our business. And you might have heard me talk about this before, but Karen Jacobson, who is the voice of Siri, she literally did all the recordings. They wanted someone for our market who had an American, kind of Australian accent. And she's Australian, but I think she lives in America. Anyway, she came to Auckland. I said to her, you know what? Why don't we get you on the AM show? You'd be an amazing guest. Got her on TV. She was super pumped. Then we met up in person and I was like, oh, blah, blah, doTERRA. And she was like, I do Arbonne. She goes, you know what? Every smart woman should have some form of residual income. And I was like, you know what? I'll drink to that. Every smart woman should have some form of residual income, right? Because, you know, you want to make money while you're at the beach, but also what if you're a massage therapist and you break your wrist, right? You can't even work. So that's why having some sort of residual income is so important. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about affiliate commission, which is part of the networking in the new economy. Now, this little image that I have on the right is a challenge that I gave to the ladies in my Amplify membership when we did money mindset and money master plan as our weekly topic. By the way, if you join the membership, you get access to all the videos 24/7 that we've done. And there's probably about 30 videos in there. You just pick and choose what's relevant to you. I got them all to map out a money goal. So I just made a mock demonstration here with the 7,000 a month is a good money goal. Mine, by the way, is 20,000. Yours might be 5. And then you map out what are the things you do? How do you help people? And one of them, hopefully, will be some form of residual income. For me, it's doTERRA, but also affiliates. I make a little bit of money every month, not quite $1,000, but that's my goal, per month through selling and promoting and referring other people's products and programs. I don't need to do everything myself, and neither do you. So I want you guys to start thinking about your money goal. Like, what number would you put in the middle if I said to you, what is your money goal? And I talked to someone last week and I was like, what's your money goal right now? And she's like, what do you mean? Like, she hadn't thought about it. So if you haven't thought about your money goal, definitely think about it. And then look at how would that money come in and how do you need to rev things up to meet that goal, basically. And one of the ways is through affiliate commission. And here's how you do it to amplify your impact. Up your brave. So you do need courage and you do need resilience. Say what you want, which is getting clear on the goal, the intention, and then make it happen. That's taking empowered actions to move towards what you want. And so this is where my Thank You Club comes in, which I've talked a little bit about. And it was formed post-COVID. Gosh, was it in between the lockdowns? I can't remember. But basically me going, you know what? We're in this new economy. People don't need to be the only ones shouting out and marketing and doing Facebook ads about themselves. Wouldn't it be cool if other people referred business to you? Right? Not because they have to, because they're in some networking group and they're supposed to, but because they genuinely want to, because there's synergy. Like maybe they have a similar audience, but a different offering to you. Or maybe they know a couple of people who totally need what you have. Like they need the mindset help that Kim offers, or they have health issues that Sharon can help them with, or they have a child that's fussy eating and it's super stressing them out. Imagine if you could send someone to them and you would receive not just a thank you, but you would receive thank you commission. I call it TYC. You actually would get dollars or product, depending on what their offer is, but usually dollars back in return. And that's where Thank You Club was born, as a concept of me going, you know what? I feel like, yeah, it's great to like what goes around comes around. And you love connecting people, but sometimes you send people clients and you get nothing in return. Yeah, it's like we take care of that awkward conversation for you because every single person in the group has agreed that they're happy to pay TYC, which is thank you commission, if you send them business, and vice versa. So here's my goal. I said to you before, remind me to tell you about my vision and my goal with Thank You Club. Well, here it is. My vision is for every member of Thank You Club to earn $1,000 a month from TYC, whether that be referring and receiving thank you commission, or whether it be income that they make from referred clients or customers. That is my bigger goal. And so obviously more people in the club is going to help that. And then I give you guys opportunities to shine, opportunities to meet each other on a Zoom call fortnightly, et cetera, et cetera. So I want you guys to think about thank you commission and go, is that a concept Yeah, that you're open to. And if so, what percentage? And I do give you guidance on that, but if it's a one-on-one offering, I usually say go 10%. And if it's a one-to-many offering, you can afford to go higher. So with my Amplify membership, if you refer people to my Amplify membership, I think it's 20 or 25% that you get back, which is pretty cool. Like digitally in your bank account, awesome. If you refer someone for one-on-one, it's obviously going to be 10%, so it's going to be higher. And these are the kind of posts that we'll promote in Thank You Club. What can we help you promote this week? Comment below. So I'm going to get you guys to do the same thing. If you're watching live or you're watching the replay, what can we help you promote this week? Comment below. Remember, you got to tell us what to do and make it easy. So give us a blurb on just one thing, one offer that you're promoting this week. You know, like this week we have a 20% off sale on our body scrub or whatever. Give me an image or a link. Good to go. And so that people can come and copy and they can paste that, right? So there you go. What can we help you promote? It doesn't have to be a sale or a special, but it has to be one specific thing. And you need to give me a nice image or a link to go with it. So I've got a special offer for you guys, actually. Join Thank You Club. I actually said in the next 3 days, but I know this replay is going to play. So mention that you watched the webinar. Join Thank You Club in the next 3 days, or 3 days since you watched it with your own eyeballs. And you get a complimentary 20-minute coaching call with me. I love to, and this is what the coaching call is going to basically be. How can I help you? What do you need help with? And you might go, I don't even have a money goal. Can you help me figure that out? Yep. Or it might be, I want you to connect me with 3 amazing people. Here's my niche. Sweet. So that's pretty cool. I love to learn about different businesses and help them grow. I don't actually do an hourly thing. The way that you can coach with me is $1,200 starting point. So this is a pretty exciting thing, but I'm looking forward to people that are taking action. Whether you join Thank You Club or you join my Amplify membership, by the way, I'll give you a free 20-minute coaching call and we can spend that however you want. So here's the link. It's upyourbrave.com/thank-you for the Thank You Club and /Amplify membership for the Amplify. So here's an overview. Thank you for being with us today. I know I'm throwing a lot of information at you. I know I talk really quick. This is an overview of what we've covered today. Reconnect with your goal. Make empowered connections. Remember my LinkedIn example. Be intentional. So if you're going to an event, like who do you want to connect with? Put it out to the universe, but also, you know, be intentional about it. Be ready to make an offer in the moment. If someone turns to you and says, oh my gosh, my kid, you know, is really struggling with confidence. How can you help? And you want to be specific with this or that for them. Have a micro offer so you can at least onboard people into your funnel or your flow. Something cheap, something ideally $5.95 or $9.95. Also, add a bump in the sales process or quickly after. So you can still do that automated email sequence, but bring the call to action sooner. You don't have to nurture them like with 5 emails before you invite them to work with you. People are used to getting things quicker. Fast is good. Have affiliates. Wouldn't it be cool to have other people sending you customers or doing shout outs for you on Facebook? You just need to have a system so that they know it came from you. And then you can have thank you commission. You guys can totally arrange that on your own, by the way. But if you want me to help you facilitate that and make it happen, look at Thank You Club. It's $10 a month or $100 for the whole entire year. Amplify membership is $100 a month. So they're kind of different offerings. And that's my this or that for you, but why not both? Refer and earn via others. How can you implement that in your business? And have business connections. Be really clear on who your people are. My people are fearless leaders, speakers, and action takers. They're impact entrepreneurs who want to change the world for good. They're people that want to use their voice, but they just don't know how, online or on stage or in the media. That's my ideal client. Be really crystal clear on who yours is as well. You got to up your brave. It's not going to be easy. It's definitely going to be worth it to get your goals and amplify your impact. So these are the things we talked about today. And here is how we can connect even more. If we're not already connected, find me on LinkedIn. Follow and connect. I've got 2 websites. NatalieCutler-Welsh.com is my overarching website. And then I've got my new one, which is called UpYourBrave.com, where you're going to find information on the Amplify membership, the Amplify mini course, and Thank You Club. And really, watch this space, you guys. I'm so excited for this work I'm doing with I'm Enough. And I'm excited to help you take empowered actions to amplify your impact. So thank you so much. I'm going to come back to you guys for any questions, but thank you so much for joining us today. Go forth and network in this new way, making biz connections, growing your business, and making things happen. All right, let's go to any Q&A from you guys or comment below, and I'll come back and see it later. Any questions, you guys can unmute yourself or you can type in the chat box. Any ahas or questions that you've got for us?
That was fabulous. Sorry, I've got to fly, but that was lots of gold in there. Thanks, Nat. Take care.
Awesome.
Nice to meet
No
everybody.
worries.
Okay,
Thanks,
see
Judith.
you.
Thank you so much. Actually, I just looked at the clock. I've got 1 minute till my Thank You Club call. So anyways, you guys comment below with any questions. I'm going to post the replay. I'm going to come back and visit. The main thing is don't be afraid to be pushy and put yourself out there. You are helping people, and this is the time to up your braid and make it happen. See you guys. Thank you so much. Bye.